Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to discuss about one of the topics under English language teaching approaches and method, which is about how are we going to teach reading across elementary and high school students. So if you're going to look at elementary and high school students, you may imagine what are the developmental stages that they have particularly at their level. So to elementary and then high school. So if you're going to look at the reading, process. When we talk about reading, it's about perceiving the symbols on text and then trying to comprehend it, and then therefore trying to interpret it. And critical thinking goes in already within the process. So if you're going to look at how are we going to be an effective teacher in terms of reading instruction, we need to adapt the language needs or the learning needs of our learners, depending on the developmental stages that they have at or currently. Because these developmental stages would help you on what strategy are you going to use. And at the same time, what learning objectives are you going to target within a certain class activity or a certain learning for reading or language learning. So we'll be moving on already. So when we talk about elementary instruction in terms of reading, there are certain objectives that you need to be focusing on. And at the same time, all the strategies will birth on the following objectives. So one, of course, if you're going to look at the elementary level, they are not yet, some of them are not yet recognizing the sounds. Some of them are just perceiving the symbols, so the comprehension is still questionable when they are under elementary. However, so in short, if you're going to look at elementary level, they are very particular on sounds, articulation of sounds, because out of the articulation of sounds, they make meaning out of it. So once again, under elementary reading, we have the building foundation, and we need to build foundation under the level of elementary because this foundation would help them to comprehend more longer text, and at the same time would give them foundation also to improve their critical thinking and the vocabulary that they will be utilized throughout. So one building foundation or foundational skill that they need to have is the phonemic awareness because they need to learn to hear and manipulate individual sounds in words through games, rhymings, and sound blending activities. So if you're going to look at it, it's really hard to discipline elementary students because what teachers can only utilize under this level is that they need to be engaged through something that is engaging like games or something like musical activity because it will be easy for them to understand, and then it would be easy for them to be attentive if the teachers will be utilizing that one. So another one is about phonics instruction. When we talk about phonics instruction, systematic teaching of letter sound relationship, our students are trying to learn already twisting the tongue, or I mean part of the speech organ, to making or progressing from simple to consonant to complex blends and sight words. So out of that, they create fluency development in progress, building reading, speed and accuracy through repeated reading, echo reading, or choral reading. So if you're going to look at situations or experiences that you had when you were in high school or when you were in elementary, most of your teachers are doing the drills inside the lesson proper. So another also, your teachers are also developing your vocabulary in terms of using context clues, word maps, and interactive discussions during reading. And last one for elementary is that to develop the phonics, fluency development, vocabulary growth, it's more of giving them the skill of how are they going to develop understanding through questioning. They need to know how to organize their thoughts, note taking, graphic organizers. They need to know how to retell stories. They need to know how to predict on what will happen to stories that they are about to read. So if you're going to look at it, there are so much strategies that were utilized by teachers during elementary level, because the struggle here is that some of them are still, I mean, tiptoeing on how to read or perceive, I mean, symbols and connect it with comprehension. All right. So again, phonemic awareness is the starting point so that students will understand it. So what are the strategies on how are they going to develop phonemic, or how are they going to be aware about sound? So one, they have the sound matching games or any other games that would mean playful in terms of the sound can be coordinated or can be categorized to a certain picture, because the sound would mean vocabulary. Vocabulary means meaning. So another one is the rhyming activities. So if you're going to look at it, rhyming activities, most of the classroom teachers or reading teachers are using songs, poems, and games to develop sound awareness. So they that in a way that they are going to be engaged in a classroom routine. So the teachers here are also fun in terms of looking at sound segmentation and then sound blending, so that they will be exposed with, even if there are words that are unfamiliar with them, it's easy for them to understand what does it mean, because they can be aware of its sound per letter and can associate it with the other words. So another one, so again, another strategy that our teachers are utilizing is the phonics and decoding strategies. One, the explicit instruction, meaning teaching letter sounds relationship systematically, beginning with consonants and short vowels, and then introducing complex patterns like digraphs or the word families for them to understand the categories of words, categories of meaning, and there will be pattern recognition accelerating to the decoding skills. Or if you can remember, the teachers are having charts inside the classroom, and then they try to read basic sight words. So in with this, by trying to recognizing it, those basic sight words, memorizing it, it would help them to see that one frequently on text, and they will recognize it, and then they can associate already comprehension or comprehending the text easily. Next one is building fluency through practice. So one way of how are we going to develop our learners reading fluently is about they need to repeat it. Especially students read the same page multiple times so that they will improve their speed and accuracy if you are focusing on the speed of and accuracy of reading. Because there are times that your focus only is into reading for comprehension. But that's why if you're going to look at it when you were in elementary, your teachers sometimes let you do reading tests so that they will identify on what level of reading are you already. Because this process would help them to track your progress in terms of how you read well. So that's why if you're going to look at it, we have what we call different levels of reading. And next time, I'll be discussing to you what are the different levels of reading, so that you will identify on what level already your learner is in. Because there are some reading tests or reading passages that they are about to read, and therefore you're going to identify also what are the reading miscues that they have, like that. So another one for building fluency is echo reading. Echo reading is about the teacher reads a sentence, student repeats. Therefore, the model of correct pronunciation, phrasing, and expression for developing readers. Another strategy is paired reading, meaning the students will be working in pair, taking turns reading aloud while the partner follows along, providing support and feedback. So sometimes we do also paired reading as part of the intervention. Like classmate ko, guru ko is one of the strategy that we do in elementary, so that those struggling readers would would take benefit from it. So in terms of high school, and you know for a fact that when we talk about high school, they are already a reader. meaning they can they can read it fluently. They have improved their reading accuracy and speed already under this level. However, the question here is about the vocabulary development and at the same time the comprehension. And at the same time, being exposed on how are they going to read um, with skimming, scanning, and other reading techniques. So again, under high school reading, we have what we call critical analysis or developing critical thinking of our learners through critical analysis. So high school instruction shifts from learning to reading to learn. Students develop critical thinking and analyze complex texts and connect reading to writing across all subjects. So under this, they should be exposed already with academic vocabulary, like focusing on domain-specific terms and word analysis using prefixes, roots, and suffixes so that it would be easy for them to understand and correlate the meaning from certain word. And another one is they have or they should have learned already analyzing the themes, evaluate the arguments, engage in literary analysis through annotation and discussion. And they should be already in terms of purpose-driven reading, meaning they can adapt already strategies for researches, analysis, different genres using skimming, scanning, and deep reading techniques. And you need to learn how to teach that to our dear students because if you're going to look at it, now that you're in college, most of you are already reading books and you need to read it in one sitting. So, how can you teach our learners to teach, to read it in skimming and scanning, and therefore they try to comprehend it in, short time? All right. Next. So how are we going to develop our vocabulary, to develop the vocabulary of our dear students? One way of how are we going to develop the vocabulary of students is through context clues. So teach students on how to use words, sentences to determine meaning so that they can be or they can practice challenging text and model through thinking process aloud. Because remember, our students are not, walking dictionary. Even us teachers are not walking dictionary. So therefore, we need to teach our students to locate, identify context clues that would help them understand the meaning of a certain word. Another one also is word analysis, meaning what do you mean by word analysis? It's about breaking unfamiliar words so that they can recognize the meaning through the different parts within the word. It's more of, more of dissecting the word so that it would be easy for them to understand it. Another one is word walls and maps. Sometimes we have what we call in a certain classroom, we try to display vocabulary, definitions, synonyms, and examples so that it would help them remember, the words. So the one that you see for the interactive instructional material that are posted inside the classroom, that's also one way of how are we going to develop our or the vocabulary skills of our students. So interactive work map, or not only with that, but we try to integrate it inside the classroom. So these are the comprehension strategies through active engagement. In terms of elementary strategies, we ask questions before, during, and after reading. Or we do use graphic organizers like story maps. We also practice retelling to students in their own words, and they can make predictions and check accuracy. On the other hand, the other strategies for high school in terms of reading is that they try to do annotation, meaning they try to highlight, they try to take down notes, and then they try to add questions, they try to make a reaction paper, they do Socratic seminars for deep discussion. Socratic means it's art of questioning. Another one is literary analysis of the theme, the symbolism. So we do have different ways on how we try to twist that when we try to put it already in the modern technology. And of course, evidence-based arguments and synthesis. So these are other strategies so that reading processes and reading or teaching reading to our learners could be, successful. One, differentiation. Differentiation means I have already talked about that to you. It's about tailoring instruction to meet diverse learning needs. So meaning you have a differentiated activities targeting to different intelligences So from musical intelligence to mathematical intelligence to linguistic intelligence. So sometimes you put it into collaboration or group work, meaning differentiation means there are differentiated activities targeting to different types of learners. That is what you mean by differentiation. Another one is about the motivation and engagement. But before we move on to the motivation and engagement, is that what's good about differentiation teaching strategy is that it would help, support struggling readers because there are cases that in the differentiated activity, they are, presented in collaborative. So, meaning there are advanced readers that could help these struggling readers. Can you follow? So, another one is the motivation and engagement. Motivation and engagement is about getting texts that are relevant and interesting to our students, meaning you need to hook the students' interest so that they can connect to the reading material that they are reading. Another one is technology integration. Technology integration meaning that you try to incorporate what they are exposed with, like audiobooks, reading apps, like what's that? Uh, Wattpad, and digital platforms to support diverse learners and enhance traditional instruction. So another one is trying to look at the collaboration between reading at home so that they can provide families with strategies to support literacy development beyond the classroom. So for example, they have their own library inside the classroom, inside their homes. That's also another strategy for our learners. Or you can make also like assignments, enhancement activity they can utilize for them to improve their reading. So I would like to end the discussion, but this is not yet the end of topic for reading. But later on, I'll be discussing about the levels of different levels of reading in terms of its speed and accuracy, and then the comprehension for the next video. But I would like to end the discussion about you need to create lifelong readers from elementary to high school to college because teaching reading requires a tailored, student-centered approach that involves a student progress. So the ultimate goal really, as for us teachers, is to foster passion for reading that extend far beyond the classroom. Because let's accept the fact that when we try to read, we are exposing our learners to an imaginable world. So success in reading instruction comes from understanding developmental stages, using research-based strategies, and adapting to the individual student needs. Whether building phonemic awareness when they were in kindergarten, go from kindergarten to elementary, or analyzing complex texts in high school, really needs an effective teaching strategy to support environment that students can thrive as readers and lifelong readers. So I guess that would be all. I'll be sending the other videos about reading in my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat.